Arden, you already have a
I
problem
got
with
a
the
bone to
coffee?
pick with the Dunkin' Donuts coffee. I'm never going back.
Get out of here. Guys, you know what time it is. It's 10 a.m. Eastern. It's time for Coffee and Golf. Make sure you guys jump in the comments because we'll be putting some of your comments up on the screen, and we love this opportunity to talk to you guys each week. We're going to run through the Zurich. We got some cool stuff from last week's RBC Heritage, and, of course, we're going to cover all of this week's golf news. But first, welcome to Coffee and Golf. Mike, what's wrong with the coffee?
You know, it's hit or miss with Dunkin' Donuts. You get a great tasting iced coffee, or you just get the complete opposite end, something that is not even drinkable. And you know,
I know.
But at Starbucks, I feel like spot on every time.
Right.
I don't know.
The difference, I would say, same thing, is the consistency. Sometimes the Dunkin', mine's perfect today.
Yeah,
Other times it's
go.
not.
Okay.
Anyway, guys, welcome as
Sorry.
always to Coffee and Golf. That's why we're talking about the coffee. But, of course, we're going to dive into this week's golf topics. And, of course, want to welcome everybody to the show. Make sure you guys hop in the comments because I want to get your reactions on some of this stuff. We got a different event this week. Of course, the team golf event with the Zurich Classic. And I'd love to know what you guys think. So start throwing that in the comments and let us know, what do you think about team golf? Is this an event that you look forward to because it's a little bit of something different? Or is the Zurich something that you guys just kind of glaze over because it's just not your bag? Whatever it is, let us know. Want to talk about it. And we're going to talk about some of our favorite teams this week. And, of course, in our Making Cuts, Making Bucks segment, we're going to tell you our picks.
We got a lot of people come. Michigan. Jim, what's up from Michigan? Brent from Kentucky. People got snow up in North New York, Syracuse area the other day.
Yeah,
snowing.
I got
a
little
some
snow,
didn't you?
I got a little snow. It didn't accumulate, but I got a little snow. Pete said that 7-Eleven coffee is the best coffee.
7-Eleven coffee. They actually, good point. My father-in-law called me the other day. He goes, Mike, he calls me. I know. He calls me. He goes, Mike, I just wanted to tell you something. Go to 7-Eleven and get a cup of coffee. They revamped everything. It's delicious.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm gonna go. I gotta go check it out.
Listen, there are some that do it well. Quick Check.
Quick Check has good coffee. Yep.
And every once in a while, I'll dip in a Wawa.
Similar to a 7-Eleven. Similar.
Yeah.
I like the variations.
You know where we didn't enjoy the coffee? When we were in England for YouTube Golf Day. I think we were just we were caught out of our element because we were just in this very remote kind of resort. There was nowhere else to go, and they just had this one machine that would basically make any type of coffee.
Right.
Like from a cappuccino to just a coffee.
They really wanted to impress us. It was like American coffee, but it was espresso, and it was like...
Yeah, you get an American
coffee. Right next to the haggis, right? Wasn't it right next to the haggis? Remember that?
It was, yeah.
But what else we got here? We've got Wawa Best Coffee. You guys already know. Of course, Jersey.
We dig.
I live in Texas. I've always wanted to try Wawa.
Well, you know what? Come to Jersey. You got no shortage of
We didn't mean to make this all
Wawa.
about coffee, but yeah, why not?
Yeah, all about coffee. So, all right, guys, let's dig into it. Good to see everybody. Good morning, everybody. Let's dig in. I want to talk first about the incredible run of Stewart, Cink, and Son.
Yeah.
One guy commented, I guess you could say they're in sync. There's your dad joke of the week,
There's
right?
your dad joke of the week.
Incredible what the two of them have done. And if you think about Stewart Cink, and I even said it, and I'm guilty of saying it last week, I said he had posted a great first round when we went live on Friday, but I didn't think he could hang with the young guns like Morikawa and everybody throughout the week. Proved me wrong in the best possible way, and coming through with a win. And I want to talk about Morikawa in a second too, because I think he played well. But get this stat, Mike. So Stewart Cink went 11 years without a win when his son hopped on the bag before he took a post-grad job. Now they have 2 wins in 8 months for $3 million plus in earnings.
That's pretty sweet.
So
that
incredible. I mean, so many good things to love about this story. First of all, it's a father-son duo. Second of all, how about his son? God knows what he would have been making in that post-grad job, but imagine instead, I mean, look at this paycheck. You know, I'm sure his father's giving him a nice cut of that $3
You think he's getting that traditional 10%? You think he's got $300 just cooking in the bank account?
It's his son.
Young
You got to give
Cink?
him a little more than the usual 10%.
Give him a little more than that.
I think he's giving him 20%.
I don't think Stewie needs the full 90. Yeah.
Right. But incredible either way. I mean, think about it like this. Prior to winning, prior to this little streak that they've been on where they won, the end of 2020 and then again here in 2021, Stewart Cink's last win before that was the 2009 Open Championship. And to give you perspective of how long ago that was, the runner-up who he beat in a playoff was Tom Watson.
Wow.
Yeah.
That shows you.
It just shows you it was so long ago. But something clearly has clicked, and on top of that, Sink is hitting the ball, man. I mean, we all saw his incredible recovery shot from the stick, which I wish we could play here, but unfortunately, copyright law rules, we can't. But that was one thing. But even the ball speeds he was generating, I mean, no slouch here. We're not talking about a quote-unquote old man just beating you with his short game. He had it all working.
He did. I mean, now, are we too premature for a...
You can move out of the basement now, Scott says.
That's great.
Yeah.
Are we too premature to see potentially a Stewart Sink Lee Westwood heads-up pairing at the Ryder Cup?
Can you, I mean...
Aren't they the same age about?
They're right about... I mean, I know Stink is 47. If anybody knows exactly how or want to fact check...
Yeah, how old's Westy? I think he's got to be up there.
He's right around that age.
He's not...
Right around that
maybe
age.
45, 46 or something like that.
But get this, I mean, to give you even more perspective, and this is another reason why I love golf, is that you can have multiple like generations playing together. I mean, other sports you're just not gonna see. Sure, you see some guys hang on a little bit longer in like football and baseball, but just again, I'm just trying to give more perspective. Stewart Sink got his first PGA Tour win the same year that Colin Morikawa was born. He won on the PGA Tour in 1997.
Yeah.
He's 47 years old to Morikawa's 24 years old, and they were in the final pairing together. It's crazy.
Wait, hold on. I'm getting a lot of mixed ages for Westwood, and now I have to go to Wikipedia.
We're fact-checking the fact-checkers?
We're fact-checking. Let's do it.
By the way, people are already noticing the new hat, Mike.
Yeah. 47. Westwood is 47. They're both the same age.
We got good news for you guys on that hat.
Good news on the hat.
First of all, these hats showed up on our doorstep overnight today. And
Can you
this
put
is
that camera on me a
yeah,
little
I'm gonna put
closer
this
so we
on
can-
you. There we go. So this is the first one in the
You
series.
see mine, so we don't need to.
There you go. But I tell you what, I know you guys have been asking for the cross tees. We're gonna be doing one. I know it's been taking more time than you guys like, but we want to do it right. This is our first big kind of hat drop. So we're putting the finishing touches. They aired these in today just so we could kind of tease you guys and show you here, and so we could get a feel for them. But we're waiting for the cross tees. That's the last one, and then I think about a week, maybe 2 weeks from now, we're gonna do the big drop.
Can't wait for the big drop. Even Ashton saw them on Instagram and wish I could reach through the screen and grab one. My man.
Jordan says Mike should go for the Sink head tan. You should.
I'm going to do that for Pinehurst.
You should do that for Pinehurst. Like,
so wait, what do I do? Just put everything on my face and
Just-
nothing up here?
just nothing. Just had
Nothing
it all
in the
day.
most important
had
part?
it all day, and then you take it off.
Okay. It's coming your way, guys.
There you go. Which, by the way, speaking of which, what we're super, super excited about is that we're finally headed out to Pinehurst, leaving first thing tomorrow morning. We're going to be down there. You know how we do it. When we're on a trip, we're filming like animals. We're nonstop, 36 every day. We want to get as much in as we can. So it's kind of like a no sleep type of thing, but we're going to be doing podcasts. We're going to be filming a whole bunch of stuff. We're going to be hitting, a whole bunch of Pinehurst courses and even dip into Tobacco Road while we're there.
I got to tell you something real quick because I got a phone call yesterday, and I got a buddy of mine who belongs to Ridgewood Country Club.
Okay.
He goes, hey, Mike, what are you doing next Thursday at 9:20 a.m.? I go, well, I'm available. Are we playing Ridgewood? So now next week I get to play Pinehurst number 2, Tobacco Road, in Ridgewood in the same week. Yes.
Notice there was no invite for me in there.
No.
Anybody else notice that?
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
But I tell you what, yeah, super excited about this. One thing I will say, though, we'll tell you more about it later, but no coffee and golf next week because of the fact that we'll be wrapping up doing all the travel. But we will be back immediately after that. And the videos won't stop because mark your calendars. Next Thursday, we've got a video that we're going to drop with our biggest dollar amount giveaway ever.
Oh,
Ever.
I cannot wait for that giveaway.
That is going to be so epic. And of course, we got another big giveaway announcement in May, and we're going to be announcing the winners of our Titleist TSI hybrids today too. So lots
That's right.
coming.
Oh, can I just real quick? By the way, the Titleist, we're going to do something fun today. You probably saw it. Check out our Instagram story. We're actually going to FaceTime the winners and surprise them. They have no idea it's coming. We're going to pick 2 winners right off of YouTube, off the comments. That's why it's important to be subscribed. We tell you guys, and we're just going to FaceTime you and tell you one. So we're going to make 2 people's day today.
There we are. We're going to get back to talking about the Zurich in a second, but Jack asked, what's your favorite Pinehurst course? And get this, Jack, this is our first trip to Pinehurst. That's why, we're so excited, but we're going in fresh, man, blind. I mean, of course, everybody seen Pinehurst in the pictures and stuff like that. Can't wait to play number 2. Can't wait to play number 4. But can't wait to play the Cradle. But we've never been there. But we will certainly.
I've never been to North Carolina.
Okay, there you go. We will report everything back. We're going to be doing a full podcast from there, breaking down our first experience in Pinehurst, what we liked, what we didn't like, what to see, what not to see, that type of stuff. So yeah. I'm just super excited about it.
I think these guys want to talk Pinehurst. And
I know.
Zurich.
Christopher says enjoy Pinehurst. It's an absolute gem. I can't tell you how excited we are for this, especially because this is a trip that, due to COVID, we were supposed to go last March. Then it got postponed again till May. Then it got postponed again till October. And every time we tried to do it, some travel restriction or something stopped us from it. But now, dude, we're ready to go. Fully vaccinated and ready to go.
Fully vaccinated, ready to go. Do me a favor. Throw that camera on me real quick. I just want to show this real quick because this is important. I want to show you guys what we're in store for. Now I'm not going to get it in time. Of course, it's just, here we go. Here it comes. Can you see that? You probably can't see that on screen.
Yeah, I can see that. There you go. The weather.
See all that sunshine? Oh, I can't wait. And it's going to be 20 degrees warmer.
I love seeing how many of you guys have played it and just saying how much you're going to love it. I was just speaking to Andrew Jensen the other day. Another YouTuber did some terrific content down there, and I just asked him some questions about it. And he was saying the same thing. He's like, dude, you have no idea how much you're going to enjoy this.
I know. I can't wait. Look at John Stone, Stealing Club Challenge on the Cradle. Imagine if you stole the clubs. You'd be out of luck because you only need like 2 or 3 of them.
Ed's got a great idea. He said after dinner, coffee chat, check in each day. One thing I will say is, although we can't set up this whole production, we'll probably be going live a whole bunch on like Instagram and stuff. So make sure you guys are following. We will be giving you guys some updates. John Stone suggests Stealing Clubs Challenge at the Cradle. You know, as much as I think that would be a lot of fun, love to do it. Given that this is our first experience, I want to take the Cradle on with all my wedges without Mike taking any away from me.
Definitely. And I don't want anyone touching my 60.
Yeah, exactly. This guy would cry if he had to play the Cradle with no 60 degree.
Yes.
But Stealing Clubs is fun. Some of you guys had suggested playing it at a couple other courses in the comments. We're going to try to get to that for sure. Yeah. Ashton says Mike needs his 60. You
need
know
my
it.
60. You guys saw that video yesterday. You know I need it. All right, so what else we got on
Let's dive into the Zurich. Let's talk about the Zurich. So first, the fun thing is it's a quirky event. I know it's a team event, but they do the walk-up music.
Love it.
Right?
Favorite part.
So they do this walk-up music, and just too funny. Mark Leishman talked about how he actually Googled mullet songs for Cam Smith. First of all, look at Cam's now at this point what this mullet has gone to. And apparently, based on this, he let Leash trim it up a little bit.
Yeah, you got
trim up on the sides.
You got it.
This thing is looking great. But these guys, they're playing lights out. So I don't know. Maybe if I had to grow a mullet to play like Cam, I would grow a mullet to play the way Cam's playing right now.
100%.
But it made me think, what do you guys think? If I said the term mullet songs, what would be your mullet song? Put it in the comments. And while you do that, I couldn't believe this existed, but we just saw Ed D'Attusa in the comments. Our very own Ed, he actually, and I commend him for coming out on the record that he actually owns this thing.
It seems fitting for him. If you know Ed the way we know Ed.
But Ed owns an album called Mullet Rock. Look at this cover. Look at this cover. So here, take your pick from this mullet. Look. Jack says, sharp as a bullet, love my mullet. But if you guys want to guess what some of the songs are on this album, I'm going to give you a few of them. But by all means,
Mississippi Queen's got to be number 1.
If you think anything is missing, you guys let me know. Brandon says anything by Joe Diffel. The number 1 song, the first song on the album is Mississippi Queen by Mountain.
Yep.
Right? Then you've got Smoke on the Water, Deep Purple. Just looking at some of these highlights. Foghat. Slow Ride, yeah, Foreigner, Hot Blooded, and of course you got to have Ted Nugent on there. Yep. You got Free for All by Ted Nugent. Some of you guys saying Leonard Skinner, Black Betty, too funny. Sweet Home Alabama. Can you imagine? Here's an Aussie golfer walking up there to Sweet Home Alabama with an epic mullet.
Yeah. How great.
Too great. But those guys, the boys are playing good. Eric Ben says, pour some sugar on me. Comments are coming in rapid fire. You guys are too good. Oh, here's a great one. Michael says, Achy Breaky Heart by Billy Ray Cyrus. Let's see.
I by the way, my go-to walk-up song, it was just listed in the chat.
Was it?
I just saw it and I lost it. Carn Creek, Kickstart My Heart.
I was just about to pop that one up here too.
Huge Motley Crue guy. I would do that in a second.
You know what?
Kickstart the round the right way.
It's a pretty darn good walk-up
that would
song
amp
with
me
that
up.
that intro.
And I would get the crowd going.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's it. That's your walk-up song. So I'm going to
great.
play that for Mike on my iPhone when he walks onto number 2 at Pinehurst.
Thank you.
There you
Perfect.
go. That's all he wanted, right? That's all he really wanted to happen. Right. But anyway, other than that, like, what do you guys think? What are some of the big matchups you want? Like, what are some of the big pairings or whatever you want to call teams that you want to see? One that I was really impressed with yesterday was Finau and Cameron Champ coming 63.
Bash Bros.
I mean, both those guys, they hit the long ball, that's for sure. But just it's an interesting event. I mean, what's your take, Mike? Do you like to see them mix it up with a little bit of a team event?
Because this is what we call best ball. Scramble.
Best
ball,
scramble.
Two ball.
It's a 2-ball best ball. So what they're doing is you have two guys. Whoever obviously has the lower score on the hole, that's the team score. So if we're out there and you make a 4 and I make a 5, our team score is a 4. Which, thinking about how funny it would be if we were in the field. I mean, the very bottom. But
the very bottom.
There's a challenge for you. Frank and Mike play a PGA Tour event.
If we were able to par a couple of holes from the tips at a PGA Tour event on that caliber of a course, I'd be impressed.
Definitely. Tommy says, Champ and Finau name themselves Team Send It. Love it. Love that too.
That's pretty cool, yeah.
This is what I like about the team event. I mean, ultimately, you see it more and more when you're at PGA Tour events, how close these guys really are as friends. So give them an opportunity to, no matter what, their competitive nature is going to be the most important. These guys, they could be friends all they want, like, after 18, but when they're out there, they're competing. But to get a chance for them to, A, play together a little bit, pair up, but also show a little bit of that personality with things like walk-up songs and stuff like that. I think it's one of those events that shakes up the schedule a little bit and possibly brings some new viewers who want a little bit of a team, component to the thing. So I like it. I don't think I could do it every week, obviously, because I want to see how these guys play individually too. But I think it's a fun event.
We're guys who love to play our own round. Like when we go to these charity events, it's like it's tough to you go, where everyone drives and then we play from the best shot from there. And I love that because it switches it up. And when you and I go out and play best ball scramble, it's fun because we get to see how low we can go.
Yeah. And it's cool. I mean, we're seeing like the leaderboard really change a lot, especially with, you have two guys who are competing. So Scott Stallings, his team just jumped up to first place. Hovland, we've seen been doing incredible. They were in second place. And like I said, this Cam Smith, Mark Leishman, there's just so many good groups out there.
How do they pick? How do they pair? Do they just like text their buddy and be like, yeah, you want to do this thing? I mean, is that really how it is?
They might. I know they're all pretty tight.
Right. I mean, they must. It must be player picked.
Well, one of my favorite out there as far as a fun group is Bubba Watson and Scotty Scheffler.
Yeah.
Which is hilarious.
Scotty Scheffler's like a very quiet personality guy? Or no? I don't know his personality.
That's a great question. I don't know. But I think this is a good one, especially because you got Bubba with all of his experience, and you've got Scotty who's been making a lot of waves recently. I think that's a fun one together. Ashton asked, what would be the Golficity team name? There's a good question.
That's a great question.
Cold Brew. We'll call ourselves Cold Brew.
Team Cold Brew.
Cold Brew and 20 over on the front.
20 over. Yeah.
Oh God. So, but anyway, it's always a great event, and of course, Louisiana, a great spot for an event like this. Yep. I'm going to be watching it as much as we can this weekend. We're going to be out there playing. That's for sure.
We're going to be playing, man.
We're going to be playing
not
a lot.
Be watching.
All right, I want to switch gears to talk about some of the stuff that's in the news. Oh, Pete had the fish and chips. There you go. There's the name.
Team Fish and Chips.
Team
Yeah.
Fish and Chips. Yeah.
That's it.
All right, so I want to talk about this, and I want to get you guys' take on this player impact program. So this week, the PGA Tour announced that they had a $40 million pot that it was putting together.
Just
it was
lying
going
around.
I'm just
kidding.
Just an extra $40 million
$40 million
that
in the back.
PGA Tour has that they're going to divvy up amongst 8 players. And Mike, do you have the stats up of what qualifies?
Yeah, so it's 40.
Ashton says Team Shankenbank. Shankenbank. I like that.
like
Go ahead.
that. Yeah. Oh man.
So what is the qualification?
So $40 million. They're going to split it between 10 players. Okay, and the top player is going to earn $8 million. So right off the bat, give Tiger Woods, just send him a check for $8 million every year. Right.
Not even playing. He's
after you hear the parameters, when you hear number 1, you're going to think Tiger. So number 1 is their popularity in Google search. Tiger Woods is one of the most popular names in the world. Forget about golf. So there's that. There's the Nielsen rating. Their Q rating, which measures the familiarity with an appeal of a player's brand. Again, just another random rating is MVP index rating, which calibrates the value of the engagement a player drives across both social and digital channels. And then you have their meltwater mentions, or the frequency with which a player generates across a range of media platforms. So basically, they want you to just move the needle on social media. Increase your popularity, grow the sport a little bit, and whoever does that is going to fall under these parameters, will get kind of some type of a rating and qualify or win this bonus.
Yeah.
Now, we saw yesterday, a funny thing we talked about before the show was Brooks Koepka.
Right.
Let's talk about that. Dave Portnoy, we all know who he is, founder of Barstool. He put out a tweet, or they were going back and forth, and I guess Brooks challenged Portnoy lefty. And it came out of nowhere, but it happened to come out right after this was announced. And I'm not saying like Brooks woke up one day and was like, hey, I got a shot to make a few million.
Right.
Let me grow my social media brand and get a little, because Brooks is kind of quiet on social.
He usually is pretty quiet. Every
Right.
once in a while he'll drop some wild photo
But-
with him and Jenna. But yeah,
But this would move his needle.
No doubt about it. I mean, that's where I think it's good for like us as like
100%.
quote unquote
That's the first thing I thought of.
new media, because it's like it's going to incentivize these guys to want to work with, instead of staying quiet, to kind of like be more visible. And of course you're going to get a ton of visibility doing anything with Portnoy, because Barstool is like a rocket ship right now.
Yeah.
And I think that is entertaining and different. I want to see Brooks play whatever it's going to be. If it's an 18-hole match, lefty.
Right.
I mean, I think that would be incredible. It blows my mind how good these guys are from the other side.
Yeah.
But in general, I think that this is not necessarily – it's new in that the money's coming from the PGA Tour, but it's not really new to these guys in getting incentivized to be more in the public eye, which the public eye now is social media. Because every one of these guys probably has somewhere in their contract deals with all those sponsors that they've got bonuses for more how visible they are. I don't think it's going to take a guy who's like anti-social media, like super private life guy. Like you take like Matsuyama. He's a very private guy, right? I don't think you're going to see him and all of a sudden he's going to be selfie to death.
Right.
That's not going to happen. But you're going to have some other guys, and ultimately they are bringing more attention to the PGA Tour, so it makes sense. PGA Tour probably took a small part of their marketing budget and just pushed it off to them. Like, go create content. That's what everybody's doing.
Absolutely. And you got people here kind of weighing in on Brandon says, Ricky, DJ, Justin, Bryson, Rory, Homa, Colin. I'd say yes and no. Again, yes, they might be rock stars out on the course, but again, just looking at some of that social media interaction, like what are they doing off course? I think that's what's maybe more important for this.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like. But I agree with a lot of those names. I just don't know how it's going to work. Like if Ricky starts doing more commercials for Mercedes-Benz, he's going to be getting paid by Mercedes, but he's also going to be moving the needle to get potentially paid more by the PGA Tour. I don't know. It's just his popularity will grow. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, you're going to take a guy like Ricky, even though he's not performing well on the PGA Tour, he still remains uber popular. But look, I think if they find a creative way to do this and they get themselves in, kind of. It's kind of like what we do on even on YouTube, is just trying to collaborate with other guys, because it's great, because it gives us kind of a chance to work with other people, expose
100%.
ourselves to other, new, viewers. They could do a similar thing. Like these guys might open up a little bit and start to work with more people. Who knows? Maybe we'll get more people on the podcast out of it.
100%. Christopher here says, I could see Mickelson doing more content because of this. Definitely. And Phil is one of those guys that wasn't mentioned in that list above that already does move the needle.
Yeah.
That guy puts out a funny tweet and forget it. It's retweeted by 1 million people because he's great on social media.
Right.
He's just not, he kind of went dark. I haven't seen anything recently. But I could see Phil ramping it up.
He's funny, and we actually just we played a round just the other day. We're going to be putting that video out in a few days where we played with a guy who played in which U.S. Open was it?
2012, Webb Simpson's out in Olympic.
Right. So the guy we played with, he played in the 2012 U.S. Open, and he played the practice round with Phil and shared some stories. And Phil is just as funny and lively off camera, according to what he was telling us, as what you guys see, on camera. But I don't know. Overall, I get it. It seems like a crazy amount of money to throw at guys for social, but I'm sure that's only a very small portion of the PGA Tour's marketing budget. And they're just thinking like everyone's thinking right now is just the more people you can get pushing your message, kind of the better.
Yeah, but I to kind of put a bow on it, I do think it's. I mean, you take a guy like Rory McIlroy. Love Rory, think he's great. He's so darn popular that guy could go dead silent on social media for the next 12 months and still win third prize in this. So I just don't know how it's going to work.
I don't know. We'll have to see how it plays out. Ashton, I very much appreciate that comment. We're working hard to continue to grow Golficity, and we no doubt say that so much of that is attributed to you guys. You guys have been incredibly supportive, and I know a lot of you, kind of suggest Golficity to other people. It's the way we're kind of growing the Golficity family. But yeah, look, we're all about just having fun with it. And if this gets a chance for us to get with any PGA Tour players, and I know ultimately our following is not something that's incredibly large, but look, it's again, I think it's more of them getting out there and working with more people. And if it gets us a chance to get out there and play with some of these guys and have a fun round and whatever,
I would love that.
We're all for it.
That'd be great. Yeah, I should appreciate that very, very much.
Another thing I wanted to talk about really quick is this news that came out that the USGA is going to allow some limited fans at the U.S. Open and the U.S. Women's Open. They did release a statement, though, that it's going to be a requirement of either a COVID-19 vaccination or a negative test result. I think the big takeaway for me out of this was that there will be fans back, even in limited capacity, and I'm happy to hear that because it was great, even though it wasn't a huge crowd, just seeing Augusta and the Masters and seeing a major being played out in front of spectators again was so important.
Yeah.
And I honestly, I got to say, I don't think that the PGA or they're not asking too much here.
I don't think so.
Because what are they really asking? Just that you're safe. They're not saying it's a required vaccination, and you could say whatever side of the fence you are on that. I could tell you that both Mike and myself are fully vaccinated because all we want to do is get out there and be playing golf again. As soon as we got the opportunity, we got vaccinated. But they're saying that or a negative result. So I know some people might be like, well, that's intruding on my privacy. But to a certain extent, I think you got to understand that they're trying to protect the players that are there. Nobody wants to see the PGA Tour shut down again.
Right.
And I mean, how's that different than pretty much anywhere you go? Some golf courses we go play, we sign waivers this long just saying that we haven't been here.
Yeah, security guards at the gate.
No symptoms.
Fever checking us still. A year later.
I haven't found anywhere that's not happening. I guess it's just par for the course where we are. But
Right. But I think you're right. I mean, they're not asking much. I mean, you want to go to the event that bad? One or the other.
Right. I think it's going to be a long time still coming before we go back to where you don't have to take such precautions and it's just like, sure, come on in. I think at the end of the day, like if they want to ask that, making sure that you're basically either vaccinated or not sick, if it protects the players and it keeps the PGA Tour rolling, then I'm all about it.
Casey Loves Golf just jumped still on yes. I know he struggles with work. He tries to get on. Want to give him a shout. He's been a long-time follower. So
there you go.
Morning.
All right, so that was some of the big stuff that I want to cover. I also want to dive into this week's Heartbreak of the Week. It's always one of our favorite times. The Heartbreak of the Week, guys. And by the way, any of you guys tag us in Heartbreak of the Week. There's always a fun one out there. But here we go. So this one I thought was too funny. You got to feel for this guy. And can't play the music here.
Just when I messaged you. And,
yes,
and
you
I
did.
Told you. Yeah.
And you're like, set this one to
Love Hurts.
Love. Yeah. No. REM. Everybody hurts
REM.
So this poor guy, here he is, and just taking one of the biggest cuts at this ball.
Anytime your foot slips, this is going to happen.
And then as soon as you see the slow mo, you know a disaster is about to happen. And look at this. It just keeps unfolding. It just keeps getting worse for this guy. Doesn't even graze the ball.
Yeah. That's a tough one.
It's unbelievable.
And that was a pure slip. Like, that wasn't planned, staged. He wasn't, hold the camera, I'm going down. He slipped on a hill. He's probably not even wearing golf shoes.
Well, this is, if there's not a case to be made for putting on some golf shoes,
Yeah.
here it is. And if anybody who has tried to swing a golf club in sneakers and wet grass kind of can feel for this guy, but big slip, and the man goes down hard.
Pete McCann says, stop using my home videos, guys. Okay, hey, didn't we ask for permission to use this one, Pete?
Jake says shoulders didn't match the slope. Won't forget that advice from y'all. Yeah, exactly.
That's just wild.
Here's the best one. My man needed to win a FootJoy giveaway. Michael said.
He did.
Yeah, he should be our next giveaway winner. But heartbreak of the week. Keep tagging us. We always enjoy those. We always have a couple fun ones.
I saw a comment above. Speaking of giveaways, is anyway Anthony M831. Any giveaway announcements? We talked at the top of the show. We're going to be giving away some hybrids, Titleist hybrids today. We're going to surprise 2 lucky YouTube subscribers. We're going to FaceTime them and make their day. But back with what Frank was saying, that's our way to give back to you guys. So we have so many things coming. Frank said that huge one next week that I'm so excited for. It's a $4,500 prize.
Yeah.
To one lucky winner. And it's something that you all, I bet you guys know what it is if you were watching our story a couple weeks ago. Put it in the chat. I'm curious to see if you know what it is.
Right. And I almost want to tease these guys and tell them, because I love the loyalty of all you guys who show up for
Coffee and Golf fan. They're loyal. They're loyal.
You guys are the best.
Great.
So show up every Friday. So I'll tell you what. We haven't announced this anywhere else, but can we tell them about the 6 months? Can we just tease it here? What do you think?
Yes, let's do that. The simulator. Everyone's saying the simulator. So let's answer that one. Yes, OptiShot simulator.
Yeah.
For your house.
A full
blown. The cage.
We're talking 15
everything.
Foot screen.
Ridiculous.
The big boy.
You're going to be the most popular person among your group of friends.
But I'll tell you
Go
what.
ahead. Tell them this one.
Cue you guys in on this. We wanted.
Okay. Shh.
Let's keep this here on Coffee and Golf, okay? Because we're going to make the big announcement May 1st, but we didn't want to clutter it with all of the other giveaways that we're doing, right?
Gary says drum
roll, please. Drum roll, please. So we are looking for a way to give back to all of you guys who are subscribed to the YouTube channel, and you come here, you show up in the comments, you make this a two-way conversation like what we want. We don't want to just be blasting out content into the ether. We love when it's you guys are engaging with us. So this is not a sponsored thing. We went, physically pulled out the credit card, and we bought 6 brand new Titleist TSI drivers. We literally called up Titleist and we're like, we're buying 6 drivers from you guys. And what we're going to do is we are going to give surprise one of those drivers away to a YouTube subscriber, a random YouTube subscriber every month for 6 straight months.
How sick is that?
Yeah.
I'm so excited to do this.
We just want it to be like come out of nowhere, just surprise somebody, just like all of a sudden, boom, you want a driver that day. Like it's nothing for this one that you have to enter or do anything. Like we have those contests. Those are a lot of fun, whatever. This one is just going to be a give back. Like you're a subscriber, you have a chance to win.
Yep. I remember Frank, I just bought 6 drivers.
Yeah.
Remember that? I just surprised you. I just bought 6 drivers because this was actually an idea you were thinking about and you floated it by me.
I woke up and sleeping when I thought of that.
And I'm like, brilliant.
Yeah.
We need to do this. So that's coming. I think just the first one's going to be next week.
The first one is we're going to give the first one away in May, and then we're going to give one away every single month after that.
Yeah.
And look, we also want to give back, and we also have our own goals of growing the channel. And that's why we say we know a lot of people watch the videos, but they're not subscribed, and we appreciate every watch, every single one of them. But kind of a personal goal we set was to keep growing the channel. We're knocking on the door on 50,000 subscribers, and this might help. But either way, like I said, you guys, there's no way we can say it enough how much we appreciate it, because things like this big Pinehurst trip that we're doing, we couldn't do that if we didn't have all the support from you guys.
Right.
And so that's why any chance we get, we're giving it back.
100%. And
the drivers are here. We got them behind the thing.
They're over there.
We'll share a picture.
Yeah, we'll share a picture.
It was weird holding 6 drivers.
It was pretty strange,
Yeah.
but we're big Mr. Beast fans. We love watching that stuff, and we don't have hundreds of thousands of dollars to hand out to our subscribers.
Right.
But this is that smaller scale. $500 drivers coming your way, but
and it won't be the
excited.
only drivers we're giving away on the channel. Now I'm giving away too much, but we've got another video coming up. Just stay tuned.
And then remember that one after that we're doing with
they're going to keep coming.
They're going to keep coming. This is the year of just a ton of giveaways. By the way, all these comments coming in, so humbled. Thank you guys. Just the stuff you're saying. Best channel on YouTube. Nobody gives back like Golficity.
Hey, this is a great comment to upload more consistently. Like I understand.
Yep.
But also keep in mind that Golficity is also it's a media company that we're building. So there's a lot of other arms of Golficity, the website, the app, and things like that. So we try to consistently upload at least 2 or 3 videos a week. If we could do more, we would do more. But it's because of the fact that we are a couple of guys trying to grow and run an operation that's getting big quickly, and there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes. We're not just making videos. And check out the website, check out the app, and you'll see what I mean.
9-year anniversary next month.
9 years. It's been a long but fun grind.
Someone actually commented. I think you might be in the chat. Someone went back and watched one of our first videos on YouTube. It's when I did the birdie ball review.
Yeah.
And someone commented like old school review. Like it was amazing. And I went back and I was so embarrassed. By the way. Anyway, thanks for all the likes.
Hey, you've got to start somewhere. I tell you guys all this. A lot of people message us. They want to get into like filming their rounds, course vlogs, stuff like that. We always give the same advice. Don't think too much about it. Just show your personality. Be yourself. Go out. Have fun. Turn the camera on. Because the number one thing is people don't turn the camera on. And if we want to be embarrassed, I would even say now, like every time, we are always trying to get better. Even if I look back 3 months ago, I see stuff in our videos that I wish we would have done better.
Yep.
But who cares? Like just go, learn, grow. You go back and look at some of those. I did a review of a grenade bomb tech driver.
Yeah. Remember that?
Yeah. It's just me standing on the range, just trying to do my best to talk about this.
Caught some views, too.
Yeah.
That caught some views. These are some great comments here. I just want to highlight some. Cordell, you guys are the realest YouTubers I watch. So involved with the fans. Thank you. Ashton, these guys have families, so cut on them slack. Thanks.
Yeah, well, in addition to running that, we both have each have 2 young kids and everything like that. But whatever, this is our passion. It's what we love doing. And this is also why we do things like Pinehurst. Because Pinehurst gives us the ability, when we go and travel, we are, like I said, the grind. I mean, when we did Scotland, we played how many rounds? 8 rounds in 5 days? 6 days?
10 rounds in 6 days.
10 rounds in 6 days. I don't even remember. This guy, we call him the assistant to the traveling secretary, George Costanza.
I'm George Costanza.
But anyway, you got that, and then like Pinehurst, where we're going to be there just for a handful of days. We're going to be playing 2 rounds a day. It's because this is where we get that opportunity to just try to get as much of that videos made for you guys, because we enjoy making them. We know you guys enjoy seeing them. We appreciate that you guys enjoy seeing them. But anyway, I could go on and on.
I know I can go on. Before we do Making Cuts, Making Bucks, hold on. I just got to get to some of these real quick. These are great. Where was it? I just lost. Okay, Sam Jacobson, y'all need to come to Pennsylvania and play with Josh Mayer. Actually, we are going to probably do like a little Pennsylvania swing, maybe in the fall. So maybe we'll link back up with Josh. If you didn't see it, we invited Josh in here. He's a big TikTok star. He built a golf club in our office.
Really cool, down-to-earth dude, too.
Love seeing Jersey guys exploring local courses, giving me ideas of where to play. Joe Barbudo. Absolutely. We got a ton more Jersey tracks. We're even doing a whole Jersey Shore tour this summer.
Yeah.
With 6 awesome shore-specific courses. So stay tuned for that. And there was one other one I wanted to highlight, but it'll probably come back to me.
Tommy caught me. We both have families, but whatever. Frank's sleeping on the couch tonight.
Yeah, we both have families, but whatever.
I say whatever because, sometimes there's...
You did say that.
Yeah, whatever. I just say whatever.
Yep.
But no, and that's nothing. They're so supportive. Like even this, like both of our wives having the kids for a couple days while we go away. So we always try to surprise them with something nice whenever we do it.
And we're bringing them away to a stay and play at Crystal Springs soon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever.
Dude.
Whatever.
Sorry. I'm trying to read comments that are coming in rapid fire so I don't miss anything here.
We're lucky our wives don't watch Coffee and Golf.
Or do they?
They definitely don't.
Travis has got time for some Texas golf.
I showed my daughter, who's 8, by the way, a Coffee and Golf episode. After 2 minutes, she's like, Dad, this is the most boring thing in the world. Then I put on the Stealing Clubs Challenge. She watched the whole thing.
Different things, different people. Michael asked if we played the links at Gettysburg. 2 places, Pennsylvania and Connecticut, are 2 places that are we've had way like
underserved. Like we didn't underfilmed. We didn't touch them yet.
We haven't.
And there's a lot of great golf.
We played so much New York and Jersey, but like this year we're going to be playing Connecticut.
We're going to do a lot of Connecticut.
We're trying to put that PA trip together
with
for
a lot
the
of
fall.
you. I know a lot of you, even on this chat, have invited us to some of your courses in Connecticut. Don't worry, we're keeping a spreadsheet of all that with your names and contact info, and we'll reach out to you to get that going.
Ashton says Mike's daughter has a better swing than him.
Yeah.
She's taking more lessons than he
She
is.
definitely does. She
All right.
definitely does.
All right, let's jump into our Making Cuts, Making Bucks segment, where each week we get to talk about some of our picks. I know last week I had Morikawa, and he came right down to it. He was in there, that final pairing more or less, but I just didn't see Sink carrying it all the way through. But well done, that's for sure. Well done. So Mike, let's have you first, and now we're picking teams this week. So who is your team to watch this week?
This week I'm going with Frank and Mike at Pinehurst number 4. I think they're good. No, I'm kidding. I'm going to go with the this was my team going into the event, so I'm going to stick with them. Cam Champ, Tony Finau, Bash Brothers. I just think with the way they can get off the tee, they're both phenomenal golfers. I mean, Tony, he steps it up most of the time. He's one of those like top 25 warriors, like I like to call him. And let me see where he is now. They went low yesterday, 63. They did not tee off yet, 1 o'clock this afternoon. So we'll see if they can make some ground. But I love this duo.
Yeah, it's an exciting duo, no doubt. Two young guys, both can just absolutely smack the ball. I'll tell you what, I got to go with you guys heard me talking about it earlier, the Australian boys, Mark Leishman, Cameron Smith, mainly because I just have been so impressed with the way Cameron Smith has been playing. And I know this is a team event, but watch out for him to pull, get another PGA Tour win on his own really soon. Played well consistently, played well at the Masters again. Plus, they're fun to watch, and they've jumped up today, Mike. They just jumped up to T2.
Okay.
So I think big things for Cameron Smith. I know he's obviously generating a lot of attention from the haircut, but if you watch his game is really on. It's really evolving. He has every tool he needs to win.
Definitely.
So I just say watch him to pull a win, and also I think that these two are playing well together. It's just gonna happen.
Love it. Can't wait to see how it all unfolds.
The mullet was lights out yesterday. He really was. Like I said, I see big things coming from Cam Smith, and of course Leash. I mean,
Leash, yeah.
incredible golfer, and that you can't deny that there's got to be a little bit of playing for a little bit of national pride. Two Australians paired together.
Yeah,
there's no doubt about
it's
it.
Very
and
cool.
Clearly they jive well together, and I think that's important as far as a team sport goes. Even starting off, as we talked about earlier, joking about the mullet songs and stuff like that. When you have two guys who work well together, complement each other in certain areas of the game, I think that's going to be really important. But
100%. Can't wait to see what happens on Sunday.
This is a random question I got to throw up here. Adam says, "You guys lose any remotes for those TVs yet?"
No,
but
we
what we did do? They're all these Apple TVs or whatever. We forgot to charge all the remotes, and now we can't use like half
now
of
they're
those.
all dead.
We got to charge the remotes just to use all of those.
No, we Velcro them to the wall, so we don't lose them.
Yeah, but we didn't lose them. And Nicholas asks, "What's our current handicap?" I actually just entered. I tried to enter the score when we played Cascades, but it was
too early.
It was too early in the season.
Yeah,
Plus,
April 1, right?
And I thought that would be kind of weird entering a score when I wasn't playing with all 14 clubs because of stealing clubs.
Oh, that one, right? Yep.
Yeah, but I think I'm at 11.3 right now. I'm hoping to play a couple of good rounds in Pinehurst, and my consistent goal has been to get that down to single digits. But it's
11.3.
It's just so tough when you get to that point. You're just right on that cusp, and it's just. You guys know I'm struggling on the putting surfaces. I need to start putting if I'm going to get that thing in a single digit. What about you?
I'm at an 11.29 right now.
Get that.
No, I don't even know, to be honest with you. I'm right around that 11, 12. I haven't entered a score in the USGA into the app in probably a year just because of the filming,
Mm-hmm.
I don't consider it real golf when we're filming, and that's, for me, it's hard. It's hard because, I'll enter the rounds where we're not.
True. It's so true.
Leisure rounds with friends and family and stuff like that.
And so many rounds that we do, we're doing a challenge or something that wouldn't be enterable, in a score, or scrambles, best balls, worst balls. So it does eat up a lot of it. But that's why any opportunity we get where we play and we actually have a score, I try to get it entered.
Sure, let's see what else we got here.
What handicap app do you guys use? I use the Gin app. Honestly, I just the straight up one. I'll just enter a score in there. I use ShotScope to keep my round, and I also usually keep a pen and pencil as a backup. But then I just take an enter in the Gin. Oh, Jake asked a question, putter fitting worth it? Before we wrap up, I want to definitely dive into that because like we did a putter fitting at Club Champion going back 3 years ago, and I still to this day say it's one of the best fittings we ever went to because like I mean, bang for your buck. That what club are you using more than your putter, and what club will you hang on to longer than your putter? We'll change things like irons and drivers like every 3-4 years or whatever, but putter, I mean, look at Tiger Woods. How long I know he's mixed it up a little bit, but that Scotty, the famous Scotty putter, has been his go-to. How long he's been using it? I'd rather get fit for a putter and know I'm going to use it forever.
Once you have that feel with that putter, it's going to be hard to change it.
Right.
There's so much feel
and I know,
in that.
like some people might say, "Look, Frank, you got your putter fit and you haven't been putting well." I get that, but there's some part of it that's the Indian and some parts that's the arrow. But at least knowing that I've got the right arrow, it's one less thing in the equation. But I'll tell you what, putter fitting, I think value bang for the buck. It's going to be hard to beat throughout it. And we've asked this question of like Kevin Sprecher, and he said putter, wedges, driver are all some of his top importance. Now they may shuffle
Putter,
around,
wedges, driver, yep.
but scoring clubs. And not to mention, a new big supporter of Golficity, a new sponsor on the podcast is Golf Tech. They've got that incredible deal right now. You go to golftech.com/golficity. You can claim that deal for all you guys out there. $75 for a fitting. I would use that. Get a putter fitting for $75.
Yeah. That's dirt
Done.
cheap. It's not going to last long.
Yeah.
Don't forget, Golf Tech. What is that? Golftech.com/golficity.
Yeah. $75. Great deal.
Joe's girlfriend got him a ShotScope Pro 01 rangefinder. You're going to love it. You're going to love it.
Love the thing.
Pin lock, vibration. You're going to love that.
Yeah. All right. As much as I'd love to drink coffee and talk about this all day, we've got to go record a podcast and then start getting ready. Final details to leave for Pinehurst.
That's right.
We leave crazy early in the morning. So what I would tell you guys is, again, no coffee and golf next week, but we will be back the week after. But what you can do, make sure you're following us on Instagram and on social because we will be giving updates while we're there, running some stories. We'll try to do some impromptu lives if we have a little bit of time, but just ways that we can stay connected while we're gone. And then we will be back with coffee and golf as soon as we're back in office.
And I just wanted to say one final word here. Of the 100 or so of you watching us on YouTube, if you're not already, just move the mouse over and subscribe. Because you don't subscribe, you won't win.
For that monthly giveaway.
For the monthly giveaways,
yeah.
Yep.
But, of course, we know a lot of you guys watch us other places, Facebook, stuff like that. So we try to spread the giveaways out across the platforms. But this is just one that we're gonna do there.
Yeah, and everyone's saying enjoy the trip. Thanks, guys. We're super excited about it. Keep a lookout. Instagram Lives. We'll probably be doing a lot of them at night.
For sure. But,
Cool.
Hey, guys, we're going to be in Pinehurst. We'll be back. We'll see you as soon as we get back.